All right, well, welcome back. This is video 3 in the Creating Tests in Aware series, and we're going to look specifically at instructions and questions. The instructions piece in the test is over here under General, and this is information we did through the setup. But if you do want to provide specific instructions to students, you can enter those right here. All right, so now let's take a look at questions. The first thing when creating questions is to know that the test itself is considered pending until you go in and make it active. And the test does have to be made active for students to be able to go in and take it. And it also has to be started for online admin. You can do alternate lettering. So basically, that's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, or you can also allow to show test summary. So sometimes it's helpful to be able to have all of the questions on one screen and not have the summary over here. So then if you want to add a new item, you can either search the item bank or you can add an item. So if you go into the search item bank, there's some ways that you can filter. So you can filter by standard. You can select all standards or go into a specific standard. Once you pick that specific standard, there's some sample questions here for you to pull from. Here in CFBISD, we do purchase a bank of questions for teachers to use. It's called the Tinks Bank Item Bank. And so you can just go in and simply by clicking that question, you can add that question. There are some other ways to add questions as well. There is a district item bank available. District item bank questions will contribute to the overall item bank. You can also go to specific resources. So sometimes you have a resource and you want to ask multiple questions about that resource. And you can do that by selecting the resource and then going in, and you can see here the questions. There are already 3 questions linked to that resource. So you can add that resource as well as those individual questions. You can do some different sorts. So you can sort from our local assessment, our TEKS bank, or STAR released item questions. Our settings in CFBISD are set so that if the questions are already being used for district tests, they will not be available to teachers. So any question that you have in your bank, you can feel free to use at any time. You can also sort by Lexile. You can sort by genre. You can sort by the length, and this is in resources, obviously. Over in questions, you can sort by numerical, constructed, or selected responses. Again, the 3 different banks. You can look for questions of different levels of complexity, as well as questions in multiple languages. So that's kind of an overview of picking questions from the item bank. The next tutorial will look at building your own questions.